Pauperganda. Go, go. Pauperganda. Go, go. Whoa, whoa.
Hey everybody, sorry about the Twitch thing again. I'm gonna have to maybe look into that if it's only on this Anticore. That's very strange. Hopefully you're seeing stuff. I'm gonna proceed as follows, but please chime in if you haven't. We've got the fan favorite up there with UG Tempo is White Infect. This list is always seeming to be in our inbox every few weeks of how's it going, little reminder comments in the old videos. I think we've done this one a lot. I've gone forward, backwards, sideways with this thing, all arriving at this list. Need a lot of lands in this list, but you don't want to get flooded, so we combat that with all 4 steps. 2 Quicksands is our little bit of a defense for ninjas mostly, Kiln Fiends, Tribe, you know, all planes here, and 1 Fengraf. We got 4 Bodyguards, 4 Umbras, 4 Bonesplitters, and that's not enough because we need to fit in 2 more Axes. We just really need that curve to be tight and mean and good set. Oh, good. Okay, looks good from there. Good. All right, I will proceed. Ichorclaw Myr in the 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 journeys, and 4 of the priests, which are just houses in this deck. Vigilance, you start giving them first strike, and they can take down Angler if they've got first strike. Turns it into a 3/3, and that's all she wrote. Excuse me, too much carbonation. Anyway, we got 1 Remember the Fallen to go grab our anything that happens in games 2 or 3, especially with regards to dead creatures, artifacts, and such, or even the meanest, you go grab 1 of these and maybe 1 of these and then cast this to get it back. It gets pretty crazy. Sideboards all over the place. We got 2 Hallows. Burn's kind of an issue with this deck. 3 Gut Shot for obviously Fae and company. 2 Relics, 1 Longbow. This is just out of fear of running into like those infinite loop decks where you just can't attack, or not even through Moment's Peace, but they'll just have the what is it, that Rhino that doesn't let you have an attack phase. So that's just ways to get through that last bit of damage. 2 Standard Bearers, 2 Prismatic Strands, Serrated Arrows in the 1 spot, and 2 Riftwatchers. This is just more Delver insurance. Want to buy you time, gain life, and such. And it looks kind of weird, but it's been working okay. So anyway, all right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, the other thing I wanted to go over too is I have another Infect list that I was thinking of running this. This is a lot more enchantment based, where it runs 3 cartouches and then the ethereal armor with the Umbras and journeys and such. Not as tuned as the one I was kind of gearing towards. I just found it was like it just felt like it was trying to be too many things, whereas this was just kind of no bones about it, just going to come out and hopefully smash things. So let's hope we do okay. This is a very roguey deck, so we could easily crash and burn pretty hard. So had to change browser again, same thing as last week, says Shiraz. That's very strange. Maybe somebody can find out if there's anything I can do on my end to fix that. Maybe we can hopefully do that by next time. Let me give myself a little note there for the what is it, the 4000 error or whatever. Yeah, because I have plenty of time. Let me put a little. I like to make little check boxes of things to do, and then I don't sleep till I get them done. Hey, all right, there we go. Here we are with our bouncy screen as always, but I'll take that any day if we can just get decent draws. We got 2 lands. We're like this. We'll keep it. And I'll get my F1, not F6 ready. F6 doesn't even do anything for me anymore. Ooh, this is going to be spicy. We see a Vault of Whispers show up. Very cool. Okay. Well, I'm sorry if any of you experience those errors again. There's not much I can do on my end. So I'm just going to proceed because I know quite a few of you are seeing it fine. So I know it's going through. It's just some sort of weirdness. What is this? Some black blue artifact thing? Maybe some one of those vampires might be coming in. We'll see. We're just going to lead it off here. What's kind of a benefit with this deck is you're going to run into removal early. That's why we run the Corpse Cur and the what do you call, Remember the Fallen package. Lets us just kind of play a little more loosey-goosey. We're not duressing and looking for you know, or guarding everything with all of our pump. It's just really consistent. Our pump sticks around because our creatures stick around, and then we stick things back on them and we keep coming. And then if the color fixing shows up with Bodyguard or Cho-Manno, it's all she wrote, usually. Because if you'll think about any deck list out there, the majority of decks are 1 or 2 colors, and if they are 2 colors, they've got 1 kill color. This is probably one of the worst examples, because here he goes and has 3 colors, and there's yet another color that comes out, but you get my point. All right. And thanks again to Casio Machado for that new take on the theme song at the top there. Play that every once in a while there. Well, let's see. We don't really have much here. I'm anticipating another creature. I'm going to bring this out just to develop the board as much as I can. I don't like Darksteel Axe, and I just needed that little bit extra oomph for the attacking, and nothing was living up to Bonesplitter quality. I didn't want to rely on quick little instant tricks. The theme of this deck is just this pressing Infect. It's a weird one, but it can get pretty cool. Oh, Mikey Roo, I didn't even see your it always randomizes whose text on this end is. I mean, that's nothing on my end. It's just Twitch in general. But you're like super dark, so I didn't even see who was saying that. But welcome back, sir. All right, he's looking for stuff. He's playing all kinds of colors. Maybe this has got some Disciple of the Vaults. All good cards so far. He's not playing jank like I am. Let's see what happens. Ichorclaw. Here we go, here we go. Ooh, the Atog. Okay, that's why we run 4 journeys. Very cool. Another land would be nice. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get rid of the super threat. Love that he's tapped out. Here we go. And I might as well equip this. It's not doing me any good without it. And I don't got to play without. With 22 lands, this is why. See, right now, we really wanted to draw a land there. Don't want too many, but A-okay having, because we have quite a bit to do with our mana and the quick costs and such like that, so it's all good. All right. Please no, Hexen, you're probably the first. This is, I can't remember if it's Mike Man or there's somebody that's always pestering us on our Google Drive to play this. So, hey, Bonus Chicken, cool name. Thank you for chiming in. Hopefully the feed's working for you. Again, we're having 2 weeks in a row this little weird sort of technical glitches on the Twitch side, but might be something I can do about it, but we'll have to figure that out before next week's show. Yeah, hopefully everything's going good. Love the art on the Darksteel Axe. That's pretty awesome, but it's clearly worse. Indestructible isn't worth an equip cost of 2, but it helps flesh out that mana. There we go. That's fine. Now, if we can just grab another land, I'll power out the Corpse Cur. Might be better play with, if not, okay, we'll bring out this dude. This is when this gets fun against Affinity. Can enchant this and hopefully give it first strike someday soon. That takes down just about everything 5/5 or smaller, which is pretty much the format. Whoo. Different browsers, different systems, etc. Localized commercials on Twitch's end. Fun 18 getting video for a few other broadcasters on iPhone. All right. Let's it's getting out of control. We've only infected for 3. Don't want to see another talk show up. We do run all 4 of our dudes, so that feels pretty good. This shows up just in time, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'll get the big boy out of the way. I was considering even running Skyfishers so I could return these in scenarios like this, but for right now. Oh, has he got maybe a fling to the priest? Yep, fling to the priest. Okay. I was hoping we hadn't done the target yet. We'll exhaust our mana and pass the turn. Again, see, this is, gosh, I don't know. Look at all his mana. We're running 22. This is a lot more than most, and once in a while you do, it's just going to happen. No matter how many you put in, you probably put in 30 lands in some builds, and you're going to have games where you only draw 2 or 3. But we're trying to hit those contingency plans. See, once we get a land, it's just going to be open season for Infect here. He's already got the fling out. We've already got rid of Wanatog. I'm a little nervous. Here comes our big boy again. These guys are just such a house. If you can give them first strike, it's just over. That's why the ethereal armor build, I was kind of tempted to play that too, but can only do so much. Alright, he's hell-bent. This feels good. And here we go again. Now he's hell-bent. We've got that. Let me see here. I think I'm just going to sit back. I can't really protect him from stuff. 2, 3, that'll be a 1/1. Yeah, until I draw another land here, I'm kind of hijacked here. I'm really worried about a Tog, so I'm going to sit back and hopefully we can get our first strike to show up. Uh-oh, not liking this. Or draw out, you know, another Galvanic Blast. So we do have Cho-Mannos here. There's Culprit. Culprit Nasty #1. Alright. Here we go. And coming at me like that. Alright. That's fine. I'll take it. Oh, Cho-Manno, given that the only thing he's going to really nail us with is Galvanics. If he's got one here. Well, I just don't know why he wouldn't have used it unless he's familiar. Just trying to use my mana as efficiently as possible since we're kind of stuck at 3 here. Okay. And like always, 3 Galvanic Blasts. This is kind of cool. We've got this. It doesn't really have much there. Now I can start getting these guys back. Or can I? Can't really. I'm just going to go here. Get some more stuff back next turn, probably. Let's see. Priest is always good. Hopefully we draw into another. I need him for defense at this point. We'll say yes to that. Yep. And we're fine killing the Tog. Going to take 8, but given he's only got 1 more Galvanic Blast, hopefully he doesn't draw it. Hopefully. A lot of red showing up. We haven't really been speedy out of the gates. All those lands, and no. Hexen Rouge, yeah, this is just, it was a challenge a long time ago. Somebody was like, you ever try a white Infect list? And I did, and I won 1 or 2 little things with it. That was pretty fun. It's kind of a 3-2 or worse deck in all reality, as we're feeling here, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of neat theories in it. Blocking here. Gonna make these all little. Gonna get hurt. Strange. A Tog didn't show. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3 in that. We can at least. Watch, we're gonna have to drop our Quicksand and go back down to 3 lands, but it'll at least detour a few tricks here. Of course, could have sacked it and journeyed. That might have been a better play. I think we've lost this one. Yeah, we're dead. Alrighty. Off to game 2. Can't live through a Disciple. Affinity. It's kind of an old school affinity build. This is like from way back in like 2008. Alright. Let's see what we don't want. We'll get rid of the Darksteel Axe. We're not really the aggressor here. I really wanted the Umbras to show up, but they didn't. Probably lose 1 bodyguard. I'm going to keep all the journeys in. I freed up 3 spots now. Not many counter spells we're too worried about walking into, so That being said, we can choose from quite a few things here. I'm going to bring in a Hallow, 2 strands, and I think that will be good. Could bring in the standard bearer. I'm sure he's going to... This deck's a little weak sometimes to electricity effects, so I'm not quite sure if this is the wisest choice given the feel, but the speed it comes out versus the 2-4 version, just kind of always pull towards that side of things. Let me see. Rolas chiming in. Hey, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. All right, 3 Curs, Prismatic Strands. We got the Fling, Tricks. Hopefully Hallow will maybe gain us 4 life and prevent one of the mini Galvanic Blasts from showing up. I don't want to overdo it. Fling would be kind of cool there too. I'm going to bring in another, take out 1 Bonesplitter. We are playing a little bit defense here. All right, let's go from here and see what we can see. Bouncy screens. All right. We have got to figure out that darn issue on Twitch. All right, we've got protection. We've got removal. We've got creatures. We will keep. Very bad electricity hand here, but we'll see what happens. Off we go. Cho-Manno, Lost Leonin, Prismatic Strands. Maybe I should rename it Expensive Junk, but I sure like playing it. It's fun. Even though it's a 2-1 naturally, it's easily the worst creature in the deck, so you get him out there early if you want to sleeve this up and have some fun with it, because it's a lot of free damage. And if I put, I might, you know what, I'm going to take this chance to just put a red on it. And we're going to go from here. He's probably got a, whatever he brings out, I can remove because I've got double journeys now, and I'm also not too afraid of a Tog, or I can sit back and block and kill it all day long. What's hilarious is when somebody attacks or blocks with a Tog, and you're hitting with at least 2 infect damage, and then they sit there and they sack a bunch of stuff to think that they're going to make it live. I almost guarantee you it's going to happen today. Maybe not with a Tog, but those sorts of errors happen a lot. And then you throw first strike in it, as Little Fight will attest to yesterday. It can make for some pretty funny plays where you're just like, what is going on here? Okay. Yep, he might want to block that. This could be a simple throw Prismatic in the yard and keep moving play. I'm going to free things up. A little reckless with this, but that is a nasty little card. I love when people don't play with Disciples. I tend to almost, seems like I always lose against Disciple builds. One of my very favorites, I've mentioned him many times in the past, but Special Kyle, he played a really aggro-leaning affinity deck way back in the day, and he was always fond of those, so I'm fond of them. Because a better affinity pilot you'll probably not find. Yeah, it's Shiraz. That's the dream, right? Or at least you show it to them. Even if you win game 1, lose game 2, if you have it in your hand, you show it, and so they're like, oh crap. Imagine a scenario where you off-strike in 1 turn. He's pissed and flings, and you Hallow. That'd be pretty epic. I think we'd have to just unplug the feed and say we did it all. If that went down, that'd be pretty badass. Man, that thing is creepy. Good looking art. Pretty good looking art deck, except for Prismatic Strands. It's always just look goofy. I hate when really good staples just have clunky like art. I hope he's got 3 of Togs and Galvanic Blasts. Actually, take that back. I don't want him to have that. What's this? Is he realizing all of his removal can't do it? Cool. Not cool. 2, 4. All right. Well, let's see here. That's pretty funny. I'll bring this out. I'm going to get rid of the Tog despite the damage here. Trying to fit this stuff through. If he blocks, that's cool. Okay. We're going to lose some life here. But we got our Bodyguard. A little redundant at this point, but we're going to bring out Ichorclaw and such, and it might become a thing where the Bodyguard saves us from an electrickery. At least our one guy's saved, but our next guy, we'll see. And attacking time. God, I wish we had a Bonesplitter effect. I know we got rid of about 3 of them, so we still got 3 in the deck. Just the awesome hitting power of this affinity is never to be trifled with. So glad there's not double disciples out. All right, but he's got 6 cards with 2 R3. And again, 22 lands, 1 color deck, and we're kind of holding out here. Come on, land. I'd like to double play something. One of the only ways you can fight good against affinity is you get that jump on them and they're forced to block, or you get your first strike dudes out there. But gosh, at this point he's probably got like 5 or 6 galvanic blasts, right everybody? Wink wink. Including fling and such. Yeah, it was one of those deck building things. When I was putting this together, I was like, all right, we'll go with the typical 2 journeys main, and then I'm like, I kind of always want to see that. Almost always. Come on. Show us those galvanic blasts. Burn away our bodyguards. That's right. Yeah, the protection suite isn't that great against affinity because of all their robots. It'd be so awesome if Cho-Manno had the ability to do both, but yeah. Anybody excited about that new, what is it, Battle Bond? That new one coming out? Pretty interesting. Kind of like this play, right? Sure. Just to get in that 1 damage. Come on, give me my first strike. Goodness. The best scenario is when you get your Priest of Norn out with Vigilance and you can get it first strike and like a Bonesplitter. Boy, that gets fun. There's that and that. Alright, if we walk into an electrickery here, this is gonna feel terrible. Let's go like this. Get that dude back. I've run a lot of things over the years with this build too. For this matchup, some of the best equipment, although it seems really clunky, and it is, are those fleet feather sandals, fleet feather sandals, I think they're called. Gives a creature flying. Flying Infect stuff's pretty awesome against affinity when it happens. Here comes Galvanic Blast number 42, probably. Electricity at this point is just a 1-for-1. I think our Leonin's going to stay back and just hopefully hold the fort down. Be nice if this was a Hallow instead, right? One of those cards. I don't think I've ever done it in a tournament where it just was like, bam! It's like, gotcha! But a lot of tournament games, it's a backbreaker. Not tournament games, tournament practice room games, but yeah. That's it. Thank you for that, Shiraz. I believe, is that the right one? Because I thought the when I found there's a lot of flying equipment, and what I was going for was a low equip cost, because set it and forget it sort of thing, because there's some that equip for 1 or none. What is going on here? Oh, he's just drawing cards, making me lose life. Okay. There's that. Yikes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And he just dropped the death squad. Oh, we're dead. He's got just enough here with the... oh, now he's got more than enough if he goes all in. I don't know why he wouldn't. Just don't know. It's just so... You can't prismatic that. You can't... You know, our Hallow thing doesn't work there. It's... Just don't know why people don't build with disciples anymore. Yes. We're dead. So, starting off about like I thought. definitely lunch meat for that matchup. We'll go right off into 2. And while we're waiting around, I'll go over the list here. 22 lands, and it doesn't feel like it. Felt like we were playing about 16. There's 4 steps, 2 quicksands, and bring up the nice card viewer here. Whole lot of planes. I don't know the exact count. And then 1 Fengraf. Our return package is what this deck's all about. And the 3 Corpse Cur, Remember the Fallen. You're able to you can go get these to get these to get this. It's pretty cool. Bodyguard, Cho-Manno is kind of our protection suite of sorts. We clear the way with this, and we start bashing consistently with this, and this is another sort of protection. And again, the Umbra on a Priest of Norn is a 2/4 first strike and badass, and you start putting Bonesplitters in. We'll see it. We'll see it. It gets pretty awesome pretty fast. We've got 1 longbow for the other matchups. We'll get back to the deck tech for those of you that were a little late to the show, or just rewind. 90% of the views on this will be YouTube anyway, so yeah, I want to play first. And this is a good hand. We'll keep it. No creature, but we got quite a few in here. I will drop the Darksteel Axe first. Make him scratch his head. It might, I'll call that a mini punt. Probably should always lead with Bonesplitter. It's not like it's game 2 or 3. Ooh, okay. We're going to need some protection from green quick. All right, well, this will help. Let's bring this dude out. And hopefully we just draw another land. See, even at this point, we got a creature out. We'll be able to equip, I want another land. Our journey's going to feel good if he's on elves. If he's, going to drop an early Vanguard or such, we might be able to really race him here once if we can at least gather protection from green sort of spells, because then we're kind of protected from his whole deck, unless he morphs a Birchlaw Ranger. But hopefully our opponent doesn't draw one. Oh, there's one right there. Not morphed. Aha! Hey, the robot got it right. It usually never does. Let's give this some screen real estate, because we are going to need it. Good news is Ichorclaw Myr is one of the better things to have against elves, depending on the build. We will play this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Gonna develop the board. So I could either equip or develop the board. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna equip it in this scenario too. Just get more stuff on the battlefield. I always thought this would be funny if it was visualized like in a movie where it's just this mist of spells and like just these axes just fly out of it, falling on the ground, clanking everywhere. Clunk, ting, tang. It's like a bad antique shop wizard or something. Hey, if that was a card, what colors would that be? A bad antique wizard. Ooh, what's this? Some sort of answer? This is news to me. Oh, or is he playing, very strange. Oh, okay. Fine by me. Oh, still attack though. Using a vines on a Bonesplitter. That bodes well a little bit. I haven't seen many elf lists lately. It's just a personal thing. I just haven't been into the deck. No, it's definitely always a thing. It's kind of like the tides. I'm going to save our journey for something good. I don't think with all the mana dorks out. Actually, if I was to choose anything, I would probably nab Birchlaw Ranger to prevent any sort of melody effects, but very strange. Okay. 2 mana on hand. And drop the Bodyguard. I want to bring the Axe on board. And come on over. Bodyguard represents a little bit of our protection suite here. Hopefully this just gets through. It should. Ichorclaw's of a lot of card for a common. Then gets through a lot of stuff, keeps the numbers on elves down, and again we're holding at 3 mana. It's great for most decks, and I added one more at the last minute, thinking 21 wasn't enough. Went up to 22. It's weird. At least we're not getting screwed. Very strange. 3 comes down. What do we got? And remember, the Fallen can go grab Bodyguard in a pinch too, so we can like kind of double. What's the word? Sack it, protect it, get in for a lot of damage with our Ichorclaw, and then go get it back, because we can choose one or both. Return a creature card or an artifact. What's really cool is you nab Corpse Cur, and then you get like a 3-for-1 for the card. So, but it is only good late. Okay, that's the way we're gonna die, folks. So we're gonna nab that no matter what. Land. All right, cool. Down goes the Timberwatch. Hopefully. He wishes his vines were there still now. And I think I'm gonna go like this. And then we're gonna return or remember the Fallen next turn, hopefully for the win. I'll make this protection from green. And we'll come on over for half of their sick life total. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Sniper Lena, good to see you. I'm looking forward to getting the Pauper for tournament in a month, but I don't know what's a fun deck. Oh man, that is so... Yeah, ask the chat. It's just so player dependent, just like any format. But boy, there is no shortage of fun to be had here. Don't take this one too seriously unless you're feeling really ballsy. This is just a nice little rogue build. If you're new to the channel, Sniper Lena, it's yeah, one of the guys probably send you a link to just the what do you call just the Pauper metagame page. Sometimes Goldfish can be a little intimidating at first glance, but you just bookmark the actual link there. You can keep up on who's doing what, when and where, and get a lot of cool deck lists like that. But we tend to focus here on this show. It's only once a week, and we have a lot of fun. For every serious deck we play about 5 that are, let's just say you'd cast a little glance at them like, but they spark off, and maybe 1 in 20 actually turns into something every once in a while. And then if you run good, we're not playing atrocious cards or anything, but sometimes it's just more of the mental challenge of like, how can I get this thing to work? Case in point, remember the Fallen. Only one of them, but it's going to win us the game here unless he's got another Vines. I think they're going to try to go kind of all out here. Oh, I better write down what I'm playing against. Hopefully we can write down a nice W. Mardu Pyromancer. Actually, little fight, you ought to send her your new mid-range burn deck. That plays a lot like that, but Timberwatch. 1 turn too late. Thank goodness for 4 journeys. Huh. Okay. Well, I didn't... Off to match 3, we had a rage quit. That sucks for the show, but good for the stat sheet. And quit. Who knows? Maybe it wasn't even a rage quit. Life happens. Maybe there was a very urgent parcel at the front desk. Who knows? Huh. We'll roll after the next match to a wee bit. We got maths coming up. Any fans of Pauperganda? I'm so bummed out that Mike Man's not in the house, because this is like the Mike Man lineup. We've got the astronaut skit everybody likes, the Ninja of the Deep Hours skit, and the return of Moon Cheese Baby. Right now, new viewers are like, what the hell did I just click on? A lot of private jokes all rolled into one. It'll come across weird. We don't care. I don't make no money, nor do I want to. This is all about Pauper, baby. Having a good old time. Come on now. We got 22 lands in a 1-color deck, and this happens. We're on the draw, but I got to ship this, man. Yeah, that was game 1. I think that happened last week too. We had one rage quit. Maybe they found out they were on camera, and I'd never heard of that though. Mulligan. Clunky, but we've got a creature, a little bit of protection. I mean, we can get to Corpse Cur math, and if they kill it, we've got plenty more to bring that. We'll keep it. We'll probably draw into another creature. There we go. Top. And it'll die, and then on turn 3 we'll go get it again, and then it might actually look pretty decent. So, Moon Cheese Babies! That needs to be a magic card. And we got kind of a good hand against a Dimir style deck. Now, you just got to know going in. See, like if we're playing the traditional green Infect list, which, you know, doesn't take a genius to figure out, it's way better than this one. It's going to come out and win games. We probably would have been able to beat Affinity with a, you know, we played that about, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, the all green big one. And I think we went 4-1 that day. But this is more of just the theory of like a slow pressing. If the protection shows up, that's great, but we're able to kind of hold the fort down. And if they mess with our stuff, we're anticipating it with just including things like this in our build. Because this dude isn't going to hit him. I almost guarantee you it's going to meet with either an Edict or a Disfigure. So instead of trying to love seeing that, instead of trying to baby it and wait 3 turns and come into some sort of mutagenic counter war with stuff, we're letting it go. We're going with the flow. Yeah. I just got that T-Core. I have about, if I had a pie chart in my head of languages, about 1% of it is language. I'm pretty bad at them, but I do know a little bit of Spanish. God knows I took it 3 years. That's pretty funny. Sounds even better. It's funny when you can take a phrase or words. Here comes Disfigure. Nope, Tragic Slip. Even worse, that bodes that they're playing a ton of removal usually. Fantastic card. Not played enough. If you're really bored and you find looking for fun little jokes online, there's a Tragic Slip GIF somebody did of. There's a few of them, I think, but one of the funny ones is woman's just jumping towards a swing and just eats it. And it's just over and over again, as a GIF is, with this card frame, Tragic Slip. It's pretty damn funny. Hey, Wing Chung, sorry about that. Yeah, everybody's, well, hopefully, if it is on our end, have it fixed next week, because it sounds like it's just happening to friends of ours. This will come down. What do you guys think? I don't think it's worth putting the Umbra on this. We'll bring this dude out. One day you got to make that Street New York edition deck with the race and cat purses. Oh yeah, that's right. Giving me ideas, buddy. It'll be neat with that new set coming out. I know it's just for paper, but they did hint that they're going to release, you know, staples of it in the chests. So what's it called? Battle chest, battle bots. I forget. Battle something. It's mostly for the two-headed giant sort of thing, but it's there's 1 or 2 cards in there. And then it's funny, sometimes I'll look at stuff and I'm like, oh, that'll be cool, and then I'm like, wait, that's just a reprint, and get that new card smell off the screen, right? Raymond here, happy to catch the stream today, and I'm glad if you are. We're still having a little bit of Twitch issues, but thank you for chiming in. A lot of new faces today, very cool to see. Thank you for joining us for this weird list supreme. Hey, I'll just have to talk it up since the deck's not going to do it, hopefully. We're 1-1. Lost bad to Affinity. I don't think we stood a chance there. And got a Rage Quit versus Elves. So, and hey, look at that. He respects the Quicksand. Great for Kiln Fiends. Great for Tribe. Tribe sees this and it's like, probably adds 15 turns to the game. They can get around it, but it takes a bit. Okay, now the engine's going to start firing. If I pull the plug right now, in 2 minutes, I will be happy, because this is kind of what I want to show you guys. Against a Dimir deck, just starting to use their own, it's like, you keep, look, removal, and then removal in the yard there. Boom, we're going to go get it back. Then we're going to protect it. And then once the protection suite's out, we're going to start enchanting it. Yeah, I want to use the ability. I hate that about MTG. And actually, no. The day will be complete if one more thing happens. The first strike error with Infect, when people pump stuff to try to keep it alive. That's, I shouldn't say it's hilarious. It just shows how little the strategy is played, because a lot of times do that. Oh, this is a league, Raymond. I'm crazy. I take goofy stuff into leagues all the time. It's kind of my thing. Not just my thing, a lot of people's thing, but not going to find anything new if you don't have some fun with it. Plus, I play so much, I can't stick with one deck. I was really hot on land destruction for about the last 2 months. Had a lot of fun with a green ramp deck that I was playing. But as with all things, it passed. Ooh, this is making me nervous. What the hell is he playing? A Dark Ritual in a Carrion Feeder shell with good removal. Moldrifter. Well, except for the Ritual. Ritual feels a little clunky in that build, but okay. He is tapped out. Can't block there. That's good times. I'm going to play this, I think. Got quite a bit of requirements for everything going down here. We'll bring this in. I'm not sure if it's worth snapping the Bodyguard there. I mean, casting the Journey. He can't block with the feeder. I mean, he'll probably block and trip the feeder, but it's all right. And even here, first strike damage sometimes can really screw people up because they're so used to the timing of the triggers that first strike still happens. So got a lot of creatures coming out now. So we're going to get out of Edict Effect. Definitely not going to want to block this. And all of a sudden, it looks like a viable strategy. Working for me? Chrome isn't working for me, says Raymond here. Oh, all right. Zaburo combo. Oh, yeah, darn it. That's what this is. Good call, Shiraz. Just haven't seen a Zaburo, so it threw me off. Boy, I got one of you out there just obliterated me about 2 weeks ago with a Zaburo deck. And I mean, it was like, I was playing, what was I playing? I think I was playing Red Deck Wins. And I mean, it was winning. In theory, I had like incredible hands, and it was one of those where Red Deck wins on turn 3 or 4, and they, in 2 games in a row, just perfect, just snowball effect, and drew their whole deck and plop with like 1 life to go, and it's just really dramatic. I was like, wow, that's just crazy. Rolos beat me to it. I gotcha. Sorry about that. I've tried to catch stuff when I can, but I miss a lot of chatterings. Okay, let's go like this. Get our only blocker out of the way. They probably got a way to sack it. That's not going to do too much good with Journey, as it's not really dying. But I'll probably sack it to the feeder here. At least get a little bonus for it. Oh, even better. I'll do that. That's fine. It's still gonna die. Definitely card value supreme. Now, is it worth it to make that hit for 5? I don't think it is. Let's bring out your dead. We'll probably give this some protection later, but not right now. And I am going to run at him with both because only the Moldrifter can really do anything there. I'll pitch the Bodyguard to keep it alive. Maybe. Who knows? What's this? Alright. Well, that kind of puts a hindrance on things. Well, the shield will fall off, so that's not that big of a deal. But then it's not going to have first strike. I want to keep it alive. I'm going to give it Pro Black. Keep that first strike on there. Seeing this direct damage, there's not many edict effects. That does change things a little bit here. Let's roll through. I know, actual Doomblade. Yeah, everybody's always doing that full art. It looks so ugly. I was worried, like somebody new to playing online and they get hit with those full art cards. It's, I don't know, just kind of seems tacky. Hopefully we don't walk right into an edict here. That would really suck. Alright. We've got our Quicksand in play. I've got a weird feeling he just drew 5 cards since we last saw him here, or her. So this might not be very good. Hey, we're hellbent. We don't care. Problem is, that can block. Ooh, hey, this is the worst case scenario here. That gets around Umbra because it's not doing damage. Bummer. Big bummer. I think I will kill this feeder if he comes at me because I don't want him to do this on my upkeep. But looks like he will. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Just going to get rid of his ability to use that feeder over and over again when I lock that engine down. Not really worried out of it for offense. It's just part of that engine. I just don't want there to be one. We'll trip the Fengraf if we don't draw anything good next time. And hopefully it doesn't grab us. The one thing that sucks about this deck, there's probably a lot of things, but one of the worst things, you trip this and it gets you a bodyguard. And you're like, I mean, there's games when that's awesome. But for the most part, it's like, obviously, we really want this to be the card it grabs because then we just start refilling our hand. But dun, 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 I'm intrigued by the potential interactions with Guiltleaf Ambush. Yes, yes. Nameless Inversion. Yeah, those are all good cards, Decor too. Can't get this to work. Go and wait for the YouTube playback. Sorry about that. Dun, dun, dun. Had a lot of fun playing Slivers. Rock on, Devon. Cool. Hopefully all our tech issues, because it does seem like it's about 20% on our end. All right, let's hope for the best here. That's a mini punt. Definitely, he's probably got sackability, and we're just going to be pitching this stuff. So mini nothing. I think that was probably a punt. Should have done it at the very end of the turn. Let's see, he's probably going to be all strip our hand here. Just stone rained ourselves. Let's put down Zubera. Yeah. Yeah, if the mana curve's good enough, that Guiltleaf Ambush is a pretty good one in the ramp deck too if you're looking to add extra cards depending on your metagame because the curve's so high that you're always going to win the clash. Alright, good, he didn't make us pay for that. Awesome. I'm going to bring this out. Oh boy. Ooh. I'm going to drop here. You guys think it's worth trying to sneak an Umbra through? Boy, we've seen a lot of quick death. Main deck, Doomblade, Tragic Slip, Agony Warps. What do you think? I'm going to feel really dumb if we draw a Cho-Manno's Blessing next turn. Deluxe, you should try our hand at MTG Pauper Discords. Oh, yeah, Guarlers. I got some notification. I'm almost, the only time I'm on Discord is just to use the video chat feature. So feel free to send, if you guys need help promoting it or whatever, send me the info at pauperganda@gmail.com. Be happy to hook you guys up. Raymond here. I wish that Merfolk more viable thing in Pauper. Oh, Raymond here. There was a RG tempo list I played. Got, I don't know, was it 3-2-4-1 or whatever? But kind of utilized that build too. It uses that. The Merfolk that has hexproof ends up being like a 3-3, and then it can keep getting bigger. Pretty neat little interactions if you couple it with the right color. Janky but fun. Pretty effective sometimes. Yeah, we're all about it, man. If anybody out there, you got some weird Pauper event, it's not anywhere near where I live, I don't give a crap. We're going to help you out because this is the buddy format. Here to, it has Pauper on it. Boop. And then if I have a lot of time, I'll make it look really cool. But that's to be said for another story. What? Oh, one of you, there was some dude from Microsoft. I don't know if you're out there, chime in. But they're putting on a Pauper event, like in the business courtyard. It sounded like kind of more of a corporate sort of setting. But they wanted to order a bunch of the play mats, and so they wanted every one of the files and to give away as prizes. So I think their plan was they're going to print up like 20 or 30 of them, and all those people will be newly crowned Pauperganda Knights. It'll be awesome. I thought that was awfully cool and sweet. I got to watch my time here. I'm going to leave this in hand. We're not worried about rats. It gives us our stuff back. It's not doing us any good blocking. We're going to go try to kill some stuff. Feel pretty good getting rid of that darn carrion feeder. I think we would have lost this game. He is at 8. I mean, if we draw right, I kind of get this one. All right. Here we go. He's going to draw his cards, but I mean, I'm not going to sit back. And one thing that really sucks when you're playing this kind of an Infect list because it's not as fast traditionally. I mean, you can have those bullet draws, but they're rare. But the problem is when you run into mid-range multicolored decks, because that just gets ugh. I was hoping that may have made him choose to block there. Ah, shoot. Okay, that's why I did it. Well, that was weird. Just do that before I attack, I guess. Huh. Okay. Jason Heppel, first time catching you live. Awesome. Thank you for that. Hopefully everything's working. I should have written above my head here, Jank Supreme. And refilling his hands. Not feeling good. He is infected at 8 if you look at the top little green corner there. But he's drawing like 5 cards to R1. Mesmeric Fiend. Very cool card. When you can sack it. Usually best to end up in the graveyard and permanently removing if you're not aware of that trick. If you have your feeder out when the ability's on the stack, you sack it. Go get your creature back. This really hurts us. You wouldn't think a white Infect deck would hate Bazooka Bogs, but I do. Kind of that mid-range game plan of, you know, like if we draw a Cur right now, and prior to that happening, boom, 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 all of a sudden we've got threats. You can't really block with 2 of the 3 critters he's got. And then boom. Uh-oh. I think this one's over, guys. Yes, we're at 20. I got to watch my clock, though. Statistically, I am awful against Zubera decks. They always seem to work against me. Or if they're having a slow draw, I'm having a slower draw. If I'm having a really good draw, they're having the nut draw. That sort of thing. That's probably just me whining. Yes, indeed. Welcome aboard. Good to always have new faces and friends and whatever you want to say. That Quicksand's doing some work. All right. Well, that sucks. Dead draw there. I've been noticing a slight edge towards, there's in the last few years, white's been getting a lot more just cantrips, you know. Play this, draw a card, play this, draw a card. Isn't that funny? Double Fiend. Same bait on both. Come on, sack it, dude. There you go. I'm glad he did it, because then if you're new to that trick, you shouldn't be, but hey, you never know. Maybe somebody just started playing Magic real recently. The effect goes down. This goes away permanently, and since you're in black already, it's usually pretty easy to get critters back in play. So, you know what? This is making me want to make a Mesmeric Fiend deck. What's cool about the Zubera deck is that it has that, its discards there, but it's not, it doesn't really care. It's hard to say. Like if you have a duress, you got, and the person just knows you're on discard, well, then they just stay hell-bent and they usually beat you. But this, it's like you can kind of choose when, and when you do this, you've got the what do you call the trigger ability at instant speed, so you can get people on their upkeep. And it's nasty. Yeah, I'm just gonna fold here, guys. I'm gonna try to go to game 2. Got to win out the next 2. Serrated Arrows is going to be pretty good in this matchup. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take out the axe. I'm going to keep in all 4 Bonesplitters, though. I still want to stay pretty aggro. Pretty much all the removal is black-based in that deck. Not pretty much all of it. So this would be nice if it shows up, as is the Bodyguard. I think we can lose a Journey or 3. Actually, let's lose 2 of these and bring in Standard Bearers, because it's going to pull part of their little combo tricks off. Some of their the black instants that bring creatures back are going to have to go that route. Yeah, Relic would be good too, huh? Bring in the relics. Corpse Cur, Priests, Remember the Fallen. This is nice too, because we're going to be able to grab a Serrated Arrows in a perfect universe. Let's see. There's not going to be much of that going on. I'm just curious if Longbow would be worth it. I don't think so. They just have so many creatures. I think I'm going to rely on... We've got to get rid of 1 card. I may me get rid of one Bonesplitter. Go like that. Anybody got problems with this? Sorry. Oh yeah, thank you for that, Shiraz. I've got the double relics in there right now. Again, in a pinch, we can always go get another one with Remember the Fallen, but I think we'd be losing if that happened. Right now we're 1-1, but we're down a game against Zubura, however you want to say it. Journeys set, 60 set, Protection Suite set. Let's hope we draw decent. Let's go. Bouncy screen on, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right. We don't need to see that. Yeah, we want to try to win first. Good looking hand. We'll keep it. Yeah, those minus effects like Agony Warp, those old school removal, Echoing Decay, that's one way around an Umbra, as are Edicts. But boy, Umbras are so nice in combat, and if your opponent's on red, it's like, ha-ha! Okay, enough talking, old man, let's go. Here we are, here we are. I've got the loudest birds outside. A little fight, you would love it here right now. All these, sounds like I live in an aviary. They're loud and proud little birds too, boy. They're just... My youngest is really into birds. Don't know if outside of a falconer if there's any sort of occupations you can have, but pretty interesting. Bodyguard, gonna really like to have that drop. Again, what do we want to see here, people? We want to see a land. If you catch yourself, or ask yourself that when you're brewing stuff, little advice if you want it, if you don't, whatever. It's got to pay attention to that. It's kind of, instead of the hopeful stuff, it's like, what does this deck need right now? And if you keep coming to the same answer, you better add it. Give me a land. There we go. That's cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'll lead with the Bodyguard. If he kills it, yeah, that's fine. Bodyguard's out. Okay. Threats back out. And we pass the turn. Ornithologist. Hey, there we go. Thank you for that. It's another thing I am atrocious at. Is that whenever I'm like, what's the name of a foot doctor? What's the name of this kind of doctor? They all just get jumbled up in my head. Like I'll be playing Scrabble a lot with the family when we get together. We're a pretty big Scrabble family, and I'll sit there and I'll commit to memory. I'm like, okay, always remember, you know, this one works here and this one works, and it's like the next time I'm like, wait, was it this one like this or this one like that? But what are you gonna do? All right. Well, this is interesting. He almost doesn't want to trip that at this point. This is not looking good, folks. Come on, Cho-Manno. Cho-Manno for the win. Better lucky than never. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. Sorry about that. Come on, Cho-Manno. Have you ever tried other word games aside from Scrabble? Oh, yeah. We have so many games in this house. Hopefully he doesn't have Edict. We'll have to drop this for black. Problem with this play, Pestilence will stay out because we've got our own little dude. We've got so many games in this house. Too many, really, but we throw some out every year. But yeah, it's hard to beat Scrabble. Played Upwards before. That's been pretty fun. Blockus is a really fun strategy game. Chess, as long as one of my favorite things to do with chess, I think I brought this up maybe 2 or 3 other times, but heck, we've been doing this for a couple of years, so it's probably new to some of you. Who would think bringing in a relic against this deck? But good observation by our opponent. Anyway, my oldest is just, he is just killing it. He's getting so good so fast. But one of my favorite things to do with chess, especially if you're playing against chess, my biggest complaint about it turns into Simon Says when you start getting really competitive, and who can remember what Alexander Alkine did in 1842 versus the Paul Morphy such defense, and it's just like, I'm not playing you at that point. I'm playing your memory. I want to play the person. So the easiest thing I found over the years, no matter what their skill level is, you have really fun games with. You just take two pieces, maybe the different every time if you want to. Maybe the rook and the horse just on one side. Switch them. All of a sudden, the book's gone. You're playing the person. There's nothing else going down. All right, I've learned my lesson with this little feeder. I'm going to get rid of him. I know he can't block. I just don't want his engine to start going crazy. We're going to bring up the Umbra and just put him on a faster clock. Then we'll worry about the edict stuff later. Oh, crap. Can you say punt city? But this punt will at least get rid of Pestilence. Because all he's got to do here is sack it. I have to nab my own dude. That for sure is a punt there, folks. I'm sitting here telling a chess story and I click and not look at the board state. Hello all. Olesh, you just showed up for the big misplay. Good to see you though. Yeah. End result's the same. Too bad. That feels bad. That's awful. Hey, at least I didn't enchant it first. That would have been pretty bad. You could argue we got a 2 for 2, but that argument would fall pretty flat. But hey, my pain, your gain. I think that's happened to me. That's just happened to me too many times. I like doing it to people when I'm on the other end of it, and you just, wait a minute, if I do this. That was actually a pretty good scenario, and then we nabbed Pestilence and got rid of two parts of his combo, but still, we kind of had the game there with a pro black dude, and yeah. Let's see, what do they have? What do they have? We're gonna go here. I'm gonna drop this now. Might have Doomblade. Okay. He'll be coming back. Gonna wait for a bodyguard on that stuff. Let's get rid of this removal, this pile of removal. Have been busy times, says Olesh. Oh yeah, what's been going on, buddy? My time's been absolutely not busy. I've had more free time than ever lately. Sitting on my butt. Catching up on a lot of shows. Got into this show so hardcore on the History Channel. It's called Hunting Hitler. And at first it sounded like some, no offense, Little Fight, some, cheesy ancient alien sort of style show. And it really started becoming like legit forensics and opening up the cold case and just a big history download lesson and stuff. Just, yeah, it was really, but man, it was 3 seasons of it. And I think that was Tuesday, almost the entire day on that. So I feel like a World War II buff again. It's pretty cool. When I gave her that hug and her apology, I have arrived. Oh, all right, chill, Little Fight. A little happy on the little Ritas today. He's celebrating for reasons we won't get into here, but a lot of work, a lot of home, and also renovation at home. Yowza. Oh, boy. Remember when I said I wanted more lands? This is terrible. Why can't this be a ground attacker? Come on. We're just dripping infect damage here. Really would like to have, maybe they do have removal and they're just thinking we're sitting back on a Cho-Manno's Blessing. Swamp's in the hand. Down goes the swamp. Let's see. Ooh, that sucks. He infected our infect dude almost. Same sort of wither damage. That'll kill most creatures, but our priest shakes it off. I love Priests of Norn, but I hate the name of it. It's like, priests should not be that badass. It looks cool. I mean, priests are kind of spooky, depending on who you ask, but they shouldn't be that tough, I guess is the right. I mean, a 1/4 body, that's nuts. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go get our other priest. Turn it on our yard. Oh, okay. Yes. And in case he has 1 discard spell, I'm going to leave the land there. Attack for -1 infect. That'd be pretty funny. Magic fold. You definitely have it all ship shape. The rigging of the deck is blindingly white. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, there's part of the puzzle. Any sacrificial outlet I'm a little worried about. Come on over, Mole Drifter. I think the last time I played this was early October. Always different, you know, metagame shifts, plus or minus something here or there, but very good, fun stuff. All right. Drop this first. Any shenanigans go down. Drop this second. And let's start attacking. Block the infect. Block it. Alright. Now anything we draw, this is when we don't want lands, boys and girls. Except of the cycling persuasion, that'd be pretty cool. Here we are. Uh-oh, another Mole Drifter coming out. Yep, this is slipping away from us fast. We've only got him halfway infected. Given the damage race, we're about even, but he's got 5 cards to our hellbent status of foolery. I'm going to roll to a few commercials and take a bathroom break right after this game. Don't go anywhere. Usually back in about 2 or 3 minutes. A lot of new folks in Pauperganda this week, so you'll see a lot of stuff you haven't seen before, I promise. Strange little snippets, commercials and such. Okay. Well, that's weird. I think we'll just save that for that. Yeah. Let's go like this. At least we've got a nice edict target. Yeah, that's right, Rollis. In the mirror universe. So I'm hoping for here I can burn this and he responds with maybe like a one of his damage spells. Might be able to save it. Tragic Slip. We'll say protection from black. And now we will say protection from blue. Let's click very slowly. Blue. Huzzah! Oh man, you know what? After all this, he's probably just going to be able to... Well, we got to attack. We can't just sit back, but that was a good scenario. I was afraid he had one of those little black doohickeys that bring it back from the dead. There's, I think, 8 of them in that list. But and where is our... Or where are our standard bearers? We're supposed to be able to interact a little bit with this, but with all this removal, I don't know if it's going to bode well. Huh, all right, cool. Who knows what was in his hand? Off to game 3. Loss, win. Man, I don't have a cold, but my nose is just, it's like a faucet. Sorry to gross anybody out there. Just water, water, water. I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's like some quirk whenever I am streaming. I'm thinking a gut shot might be really good from the plethora of one-drop creatures I've seen. I think it's kind of a bad thing to not be playing them. I'm going to lose 2 Umbras. And I'm going to lose the Remember the Fallen. Yeah. The game goes that long against this deck. Might not be that good. I'm going to bring in all of these gut shots. Do you think we should keep the Journeys? Hey, I won the game I punted on, so there's that. What do you guys think here? There's another scenario where the Skyfisher would be handy. Yes, yes, indeed. No, I don't think I'm allergic to anything. Maybe just to streaming. Seriously, it's weird. It just seems to... It's probably one of those, you know, when people get nervous or something, they have a little tick or whatever. Maybe my nose waters. I don't know. What sort of evolutionary thing would that be for? Get all Nova about it, right? Journeys. Lose the Journeys, keep the Journeys. This feels a lot safer with 2. We've got quite a bit of shooting removal. I'm going to go like this, guys. Longbow. My argument against Longbow, I'm equipping it and using it. They've got so much removal. It just feels like some dead turns there, buddy. I'm gonna leave that one back. I'm really trying to keep that Longbow there. Is just that the what's his name, Hellsaw guy just probably the #1 person I don't want to bump into. He plays that Stonehone Dignitary Lock Tron deck, and he plays it really well. And so I think I almost have like this twitch when I'm brewing where I'm like, I've got to have a plan for that. Oh, come on. We got flooded. Now we're screwed. Boy, if we drew land, this would be a gorgeous hand, but we've got to ship this. Mulligan, keep this. Oh, we need that too. All right. Top. This could be a real quick game if we can get this to stick, which with this hand looks very possible. All right. Fortunately, we're not going first. Bodyguard. All right. Hopefully you guys all have a cool weekend planned. And again, you got any Pauper events or need to get my attention, use our email, pauperganda@gmail.com. Love to help anybody out doing something. I know there's some Tortured Existence something or rather going down, so hopefully we'll get the info on that and share it with you guys ASAP. Funny how good that card is against this list. Who would bring in Relic? But they do. Yeah, again, we want to see a mana here. Took out some of the Bonesplitter effects, so that's why I chose to keep it, because I've seen these kind of hands before. We're going to go like this, and if this thing's still alive next turn, we might be able to win the game because of the Cho-Manno in hand. You could argue you should attack there. There are scenarios when you could get somebody down and win with a bunch of Bonesplitters on a bodyguard, but I try to do an entertaining show first and foremost and win second most. It's usually pretty evident. Unless we're playing like a tier 1 deck. In fact, I think the last time we used Casio Machado's little doo-wop intro, I was playing Mezzo's list. That was pretty easy to 5-0 with. Every once in a while you gotta go back to the tourney roots and play some mean stuff, but alright. This is feeling pretty good here. Let's see, got okay. I felt like I was screwing up there. All right, I'm gonna hold on. Might be able to just bait something out here. Cancel that. Problem with this play here is we'll bring out Relic. Start turning this dude on here. I'll just attack for ease of use. No double white mana there to walk into that, what is it, sacrifice an attacking creature sort of thing, but we could use that too. All right. Well, I'm going to say protection from black. Now, hey, our bodyguard lives. He lives. And the only reason this is good, well, I mean, this is good for a few reasons. Just make sure everything's good. Okay, is normally this scenario usually kind of sucks because you're like, I gotta hit him 10 times. That's why I wanted to keep that Bonesplitter right there. We've got quite a bit of damage coming through. I don't think we have to worry about. Maybe he's got some weird blue tech or edict effect, but for right now, our dudes are pretty safe. And in a pinch, 2 or 3 turns, we can stop. You know who, Muldrifter. Let's do this here. Zap. Lock that combo out. Okay. All right, here we are. Let's soup this dude up. He blocks. There's no black there, so I'm not really going to try to fight through this being a thing. My problem with Relic, and it is my problem, I'm just so impatient. I see that as like, you want to draw a card? Or you want to do this silly graveyard stuff? And usually the first one always gets me. All right. Corpse Cur is going to do jack nothing right now. But our Relic is representing some pretty interesting choices here. And we're not down on time. Keep chatting, please, folks, just between yourselves. Don't even have to ask questions. I just want to make sure the feed's going through. And I'm just this guy in a room by myself, and I don't know if talking to a wall sometimes. So I don't know if the delay's bad today or what. All right. Oh, this is when I almost want this to crash and burn, right? Let's go here. That will go down. He's probably got that effect. Drawn cards. We'll go here. Still here. All right. Good to see you guys. I don't know about great there, Guarles, but having fun. It's always the point, right? Undying. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, too busy reading there. I should have probably tripped Relic there, but I'll do it another time. I've got extra damage now. Manifold. Every once in a while people's names come through that are just so crazy, like dark. I can't see who's writing it, so sorry. LMXCK, 4,000 support error. How do I solve that? Yeah, every other person seems to have issues with that last week and this week. And I think there might be something I can try to do, because I heard one or two of you say that it's just this stream. So if you can find out, please let us know. It'd really help out. 3 get to 7, 7 get to that. If he blocks that, he's dead. That's there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I just know that he has removal here. That's okay to drop there. We'll see if he's got. He'll probably. Yeah, here comes the removal. You know what? Right now, I want to trip this. I want to trip this. No, I shouldn't trip that. I'm kind of locked out if this goes down. I'll do this. Oh, okay. Calbretto99, thank you for that. Let me write that down real quick. Probably something to do with ad blocker. I'll at least just look into that. The hive mind at work. I appreciate any tips you guys have, because I'm pretty savvy at a lot of things, but tech stuff not so much. I use a lot of it, but if it goes bump in the night, I'm the first one to go, what the hell? Crap. Hey. All right. This is... Man, I want to trip that. I want to trip it so bad. Oh gosh, now it's almost a given. Still not going to do it. 6 minutes left. To our opponent's 5. Let's see where we're going here. Oh, thank you for that. Bronzito Worst. These monikers just... I will never figure out. I sure wish I had a time machine. Change my name to something sounds cool. Since the last wine update, it works like a charm. Okay. All the monikers are good. Here we go. He's got 2 cards in hand. I almost guarantee that's just some super nasty something or other. 2, 4, 6. I gotta pop that. He's not gonna choose that. 2, 4, 6, 7. All right, let's draw a card. At least there's that. Let's go. So now if this dies, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, there's another one. At least we've got an answer in hand. Hopefully he doesn't have any discard here. It's nice to play against a blue deck that doesn't have counters, at least so far as I know. Down comes the cur. Do you concur? Yes. Edict Insurance. Boy, that Zubera is no joke. At 2, 3, that's a problem. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down comes the Edict. Down goes the Leonin. That's right. Stay back. Ooh, this is tempting. All right, guys, voting time. Voting time, voting time, voting time. Do I go for the win here? Call blue and swing. We have not seen Disfigure. We have seen Tragic Slip. League of Legends. Aha. What do you guys say? Come on, help me out. Only got 4 minutes. Only need about 4 seconds of it. If go yard, I've heard her. Go for the win. Bonus chicken. Bonus chicken. You win the day for the coolest name out there. I like that. Go get this match over. Go for it. All right. Let's call blue. He's drawn. Maybe, hopefully, we don't want to see Tragic Slip here because that will live up to its name in full effect. Come on, come on. We win or not? Yeah, it's been a long game. Sorry about that, guys. The pause is good news. I wrote something, but I don't want the screen to bounce all over the place. I'll read it later. Or probably never. Hey, all right. So we're 2-1 with this weird monstrosity. Thank you for the advice, guys. I'm going to roll a commercial. I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys, right after this.
What's the largest number you can think of?
100,000?
999,000.
A million.
In actual fact, it's neither of these. The largest number is about 45 billion, although mathematicians suspect that there may be even larger numbers. With so many different numbers to deal with, it can get a bit confusing. Unless you use maths. Maths stands for Mathematical Antitelharsic Halfatum Septomen. Think of it as the language of numbers, with 1 equaling A, 2 equaling V, 3 equaling hello, and so on. We use maths at almost every point of the day, whether we're working out how to thread our shoelaces, calculating the optimal moment at which to embark upon a conversation, or, if you can fly, planning your trajectory for the journey to work. But some situations require a much more thorough application of maths. Let's look at some examples. Have your...
Like Pauper? Then you'll love Color Commentary, the weekly Pauper podcast for all Pauperganda nights. New episodes every Sunday.
If you've been arrested, damaged, or counted, call the experienced attorneys at Jace, Gideon, and Vincer. Our lawyers specialize in Azorius law and will fight to give you the justice you deserve. Call 1-800-296-7487 for a free consultation. Even if you've manned a vehicle while hibernizing, our attorneys are on the stack 24 hours a day.
Goblin, fairy, soldier, or Myr, call Jace, Gideon, and Venseer.
Gideon and Venser. Call today.
It were there that I lost me dear Silhana. She walked her last ledge, but folks, me loss is your gain. So it's in her memory Silhana's Window Walkers was created. The finest window scrubbing in all of Ravnica. Cleaning where only flyers dare to soar.
Be reminding them they won't be getting blocked by new high prices with us, John.
Don't be getting blocked by high prices. Silhana's Window Walkers.
Guild Pack member since 1906.
And we're back. All right. Bouncy screen. Keep this here. Okay, hand. The fave. We can't beat a guy that's named that. All right. Thank you for that, Raymond here. Keep this. No more lands after this. Or make them cycling or quicksands if we do get them. Not what I want to see. We'll lead with a bodyguard. Dun, dun. That's right, boys and girls. Yeah, they're hard to make. We've got a few ideas in the works, but I think we're up to about 18 original ones now, so quite a few to choose from. But yeah, if you're a Pauperganda regular, it's probably best to do what I do. Go to the bathroom when they air. But yeah, little Ritas. Okay. Well, I'm going to do this while I got it. And hope that they're just going to do the chittering rat play or something. If this is mono black, well, depends on the Edict count. There's just so many different builds of it between Obulites and Kombaji Witches we don't want to see. There's a lot of stuff. But, you know, if we draw good, we've got answers for that too in the recursion package of our graveyard and such. So, what have happened to cap up? Yeah, I know everybody's kind of lax on it. I think it caused more confusion than anything, but not all ideas are good ones. Well, outside of a main deck Pestilence, I'm kind of going to just gun for it here. I'm just going to go after volume. Act like we've got some sort of trick. I mean, we've got the bodyguard out. If I'm going to load up on anything against mono black, if I get Cho-Manno, I'm going to lean on that Leonin just because it can end the game a little bit faster. Bring this out, represent some real damage. Hopefully they just have like Doomblade effects and waiting for 2 for a bodyguard, but now they're going to need 3. Let's see. Open battlefield, Lost Leonin's awesome. Cluttered one, that's when the Myr shines. And together they form into a monolithic, I don't know, absolutely nothing. Maybe he's on a bunch of anglers. Boy, feeling pretty aggro here. This keep up with a regular one. If this goes down, which one don't I care about the most? Let's go take half his life. Don't look at the big number. Pay no attention to the crazy man behind the screen. Look at the little one. Look at this. All right, well, that's what the bodyguard's there for. Let's go from there. Maybe that's why I played this deck in a what do you call you know, when you just get the hints of something and then it ends up being in your dreams and stuff. I forget the name for that, but I was just talking about that show I've been watching about Hitler, and I just kept hearing about bodyguards left and right. And then, lo and behold, this Friday I had a feeling of playing a bodyguard-based deck with all 4 of them. So maybe World War II caused me to play this deck today. All right. He must not have, maybe he had an angler heavy hand. Very happy to get the first win off of that. These are all staying. This is how we're going to win. I don't think Relic's going to be worth much here, guys. But, hey, y'all know the deck by now. Heck, it's the 4th round. Excuse me. We lost bad to Affinity. We had a rage quit with Elves. We barely beat Zubera, and now we're up against Mono Black Control. It's like, gosh, ever hear of a metagame? Outside of Elves, even the Affinity deck, it was just kind of this rogue thing. So, Oh, yeah, the Odyssey block. One of my favorite blocks, Raymond, here. So all of this stuff's good. You think standard bearers for Darksteel, maybe? I mean, make no mistake, worst card in this deck is Darksteel Axe. It's not a bad card, but it's twice as expensive to equip as Bonesplitter. Indestructible isn't that set. What in the dickens is this deck anyways? All right. Yeah, we're just on a wide Infect list. It's so funny because I know you've been here quite a bit, SRS Business, but we've probably played this. This might have the record for the most requested. I think this might be the third or fourth time I've played it live. It's just kind of a fan favorite. It's a weird deck that, well, we're 2-1 now. Maybe we'll go to 3-1. Maybe we'll go to 4-1. I had a 5-0 a long time ago, but it just, I don't know. It's just fun. Standard bearer, it says bonus chicken, mono white poison. All right. Bring in standard bearer. I don't think relics are going to be warranted. Let's see a ton of... All right. Let's see what happens here. We'll keep those journeys. Black does not like enchantments. Our mana's right. We've got creature comforts. We've got protection. We've got replayability. And if he clutters the battlefield, well, we'll run over the top of him. But if it gets out of control, we've got these guys. So keep. Anyway, just got to make sure not to journey ourselves. Up, 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 up. Keep. Interesting call there, little fight. Oh, now the equation fills out on paper a little further. He was mana screwed game 1. Boy, we've been there. Who hasn't? Okay, against blue mages, I tend to keep this up because there's more to see. There's elves or a lot of critters. I tend to close that off. So let's see where we can go. All right, mana's looking really good now. Let's bring out the bodyguard. Have you guys noticed too? Preordained changed their. Yeah, they changed it up where it says it in one sentence now. It used to always break it apart. There's that and that. What do we got here? Bolus. The bully of Bolus. Bolus the bully. Evan card Justice. That is going to matter. But not for long. Huh. This is fascinating. I'm going to go after the hitter here. More bodies. Probably drop Journey Umbra next turn. Unless he's got more critters. As far as business, I know I'm always harping on you about live tournaments, but anyone going to GP Vegas looks like they're running a sizable Pauper event. SRS Business, thank you. You know, it's kind of a one-man show here, so if you don't hit me over the head with like an email, I miss a lot of stuff. You know, Alex Ullman's definitely your go-to person when it comes to like events or happenings. I'm just the old dude behind the screen here, trying to always do CPR on formats when needed. Formats and nothing. It's always Pauper. All right. Well, we might not even need to do that. Let's put this on first. See what happens. We've got the bodyguard back up. This goes down. I think I might just play the Ichorclaw and pass. What sort of treachery is this? What's going down here? Oh, either a bluff or I didn't realize the paragraph on bodyguard. Not that common. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to do this. Black, click nice and slow. Okay. Here we go. And in case, I'm gonna attack first. Depending on what happens here is what I'm gonna play, because we've got our protection suite. Actually, we don't. That's just for this turn. So we let that through. Applying these probably got some sort of removal. I'm going to drop the bodyguard again. This way we're safe from any. He's only got one swamp so far. Our Umbra is going to let us live through a, what do you call it, Evencar Justice trigger. But, yeah, that's a bummer. It's a bummer because that's going to eat up our Umbra, no problem. I really like when they have the damage-based effects, so. Saturday, oh crap, that's not even a point to, that this Saturday? Got it. Promo-wise, got to give me about a week or two. Sorry. All right. More Edict food. What do you guys say here? If we play the Myr attack, he's probably going to block, and then he's going to try to just hard cast, you know what? Our Umbra will save the dude, and then our bodyguard can save the Myr, and we will hit for 3. Or my 616. Oh, okay, very cool. Just send it to pauperganda@gmail.com, and I'll at least be able to mention it on the show, if not, and promote it through Facebook and whatever little good it'll do. Who knows? It's all just help each other out, right? What do you guys say here? I'm tempted to journey. Yeah. I'm gonna journey. He can't kill it in response. We can always nab our own bodyguard if some really weird trick happens. Make him regret not blocking that the last turn. We've got another one in our hand. Here we go. Okay. One more land. Anything we draw is good. Land. Something. Oh, I forgot. We're already up a game, so haven't seen any of the sideboard cards. That's what happened. Thank you for that, T-Core. Looks like we are eventually on the same page. Sometimes the lag is not an advantage. I float the question. Shrivel. Well, there's really only one thing to do. Give this protection from black to try to keep the Umbra alive. If he's got some sort of answer. Still gonna... No extra shrivel, please. That's a strange play. Just really... What does that mean? See, now our Fengraf will grab a bodyguard. We don't want that right now. If he had an edict, he would have played it, right? Weird. There's an edict in the yard. Okay. What trick is this? Okay. He still hits for 2, but now... Alright. I'll read that in a minute, buddy. Sorry. We know he has Evencar's Justice. He's pretty much going to have to tap out to do it. And he kind of has to. In response to the end of the turn, next turn we can Fengraf. And in this one case, hopefully we get back a bodyguard. Remember how I said sometimes that's actually a good thing? I'm going to pass the turn here. We know he's got Evencar's Justice in hand. That's why I'm not going to flood the board. Yeah, Rollis, I had mutagenic in this for ages, and it was just there. Of course, it's a great card. There's no doubt about it. It was like a Phillips screwdriver on a flat head. It was like, yeah, you can get it to turn sometimes, but it just wasn't. This is about that, and it's not showing up. But you know, usually you got Bonesplitters out, and you keep coming. They kill it. You go get it back. You bring it. Boom, boom, and then if protection shows up, you're all set. Yeah, that's fine. We get back our dude. Come on, land. Well, that's close. When I represent the threat. Another land would be really nice right about now. Not Augur. If this is Augur, it's going to suck. This is going to have a blocker and an answer. No Augur. Hey, okay, that's not bad. I just want to land right now. How often have I said that these games, right? Okay, there's that. Well, we pro black for the win. What do you guys say? I say we do it. We're going to see a counterspell in this deck? Counterspell, okay. Well, next turn we'll do the same thing, but with Journey. It's only got one card, and we know it's not removal. Go for gold! I know it's surprising how... Oh, no. It's like, let me go find an answer. Almost guaranteed. 4 cards. Whew. Okay. It's still within our grasp, but again, we want land. Give us a land. What's he showing us? Another Justice. Okay. He's probably feeling pretty safe. No, hey, say what you will about this list. It got his respect. Well, regardless, we're not going to want that to go anywhere, are we? Let's get rid of the Angler while we can. Not much else to do. Just, if you blinked, there's another Justice he revealed with the Augur. Deja vu. Come on, just any one of our fix-it spells would be nice. I guess we've drawn 2. Can't complain too much. This is why you play Infect, folks. Radiant Fountain. Gain a bunch of life. You go for it. Here's 500 more life. Splat. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was going to be a Dinrova to bounce something and really ruin my day. Interesting. Okay. I'm just thinking of my outs here. I gotta cycle that. Good scenario. Mana's right now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. No, he's got Evankar's Justice in his hand. I'm just throwing cards in the graveyard if I do that. I'm going to consider blocking the Angler. If you haven't played Infect much, you might not catch that because that'll make the Angler a permanent 3/3 for the rest of the game. Do it one more time and then it's really dead. So we know one of the 3 cards in his hand. Really want to see a land get played here. Otherwise, that means he probably drew more meaty goodness. Boy, smart player. A lot of people get greedy and go with that. I can trip the Quicksand and block it and kill it. It's one less thing in my plate. I'm going to do that. We do have a lot of lands anyway. Block. Put them on edge. Maybe. I don't know. One less thing to have to block her out there. Okay. Now then. Cho-Manno would be very nice. Keep gaining life, baby. He might always have Justice, but we might always have Cho-Manno. Things go right. God, I wish that damn Mole Drifter wasn't there. Because I would attack into this, making that a 1/1, and then he's going to Justice away his Angler. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got Edict Math here. Stuff's dead no matter what. I think I should attack here. knowing what to... we already know he's got a sweeper and he's got edict, so I don't want to get pecked apart in the sky. This is great. Come on, angler, please. Please? Yes. That's awesome. Well, try your Avencar's Justice now, baby. You got a 1/1 angler that you paid way too much for. Permanently. I almost guarantee you, almost, in huge quotes, the person didn't know about that play. Not often you block infect critters. Even poison critters don't do that. That wither damage is no joke. So we're not afraid of justice at all here. So if we get a land, I think we're going to go creature, creature. They'll wipe his board if he does that. Land. And I'm going to go... I should probably mix this up just because if he has Echoing Decay. Let's go with that plan. How cool would it have been to have a Corpse Cur to draw one in the next turn or two? Attack! What? That's right. It's the smallest angler you've ever seen. The kids will have to get on the binoculars just to put it on the hook. But it's big enough to kill all our stuff. See, makes for a good show, right? Everybody's like, huh? What the hell's going on? Well, that's a no-brainer. The edict is gone. He's starting to do the math. All of a sudden, the justice is an injustice. All right, enough of the play on words here. Let's try to win this damn match. Yeah, that's right. Gongi. Boom, boom, boom. Gonna take out 2 for 1, or should I? Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 for 1 on that. I mean, I'm only at 15 life here. Just gonna get rid of real estate. He's tapped out. I've got stuff to do. That works out good. We keep our dude around. All right. We'll sit back. Hopefully there's not an edict effect. I'm kind of up against it here. I don't want to give him a 2 for 1 sort of deal with Avencar's Justice. Yeah. Darn it. Okay. It's probably on some counters here. Gonna overcount. Back it up. Back it up one more. Go like this. Think for 3 arbitrary seconds. And then play. Pretending that this Plains is the best card that we don't want countered. Oh, and he didn't fall for it. Not many do, but when they do, it's fun. Pass the turn. Shrink the screen. We can see what's going on. What is the best thing in life? Making an angler a 1/1. Ah, yes. Be nice to be clairvoyant and go back and make the show intro with that. They see much more of this deck. They might not be putting Bog in their graveyard. All right. I think we're going to lose this one. Ah, that's so hard to beat Alchemy at this late stages of the game. It's like any other card game. My youngest, we were playing the other day, and he got to see, I think it was Preordained for the first time. And I can see this one, guys. And he said, what? They let you cheat? That was like the sentence he said. It was like, that's kind of the scry mechanic. Like, yeah, I'm going to look at what I'm going to draw in the next 2 turns, and then I'm just going to put it back. And he's like, what? He, as a new player, he just thought that was the weirdest thing. He's like, how's that even a thing? All right, relics are going to come in. I mean, we didn't know what we were really up against prior. Journeys are pretty good, but I think we can get rid of 1, if not 2. So we've got relic insurance, 2 journeys to catch stuff. We're not really worried about that, so we want to just see them late. Let's see. Seeing their anglers driven before you and hearing the lamentation of their anglers. I can't think of much in this deck that would have lamenting. Oh, the bodyguards probably have plenty of that. That's a tough job, right? Just double checking here. We don't really have much that's relevant. It's funny how it's like, yeah, I took down an angler with a serrated arrow. It's like, who would... It's like, what universe is this? But it could have happened last game, but that'd be a terrible choice in this one. All right, let's go. 8686 in the house. Casting angler, leaving anger in the yard. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Mana's right. Kind of a late game threat here. Double Umbras with the standard bearer. I'm going to keep this one. And cycle 2. Part of it, part of it. Watch we don't get another white source. We've got plenty of them. All right. Well, there's one threat, right? Let's get it out there while we can. What would you guys say here? Leonin or standard bearer? I don't want to be countered next turn. I'm leaning towards the Leonin just because we do have Corpse Cur in hand. And most of their black sources come into play tapped. We've got 11 minutes to finish up this last one, so... Maybe a squishy face will help. Anybody? Alright. My impatience got the better of me. Waiting a minute for feedback is not a winning strategy. No fault on your guys' end. I'm sure it's just some sort of little bit of lag. Okay, there's that. Down comes this dude. Now we really, really want another white source. Drop an Umbra, drop a standard bearer. Drop a lot of things. We will take it. It'd be nice if it wasn't in that order. Enchant this. Hopefully there's not an edict in our life. Didn't show us anything with the bolus, so if he wants to block, that's fine. Now we can get that Cho-Manno out with a standard bear behind it. Good times. Pretty big game. That's got to win the comment of the day there, if we had such a thing. Of course, isn't game normally like I didn't think it was creatures in retrospect for what am I trying to say? Like in the forest, like elk and things like that. Is it also referred to fisheries? Not quite sure. Well, if he's going to counter something, I'd rather it be this. However, if we left off with the other one, that would be good too. Let's throw this up. Game Warden Deluxe. Okay. Well, that's actually... I'm sensing Edict here. I'm glad he's letting this stuff through, so I'm going to hold on to that last Umbra. I don't think we're going to see our friend in tomorrow's 4th turn episode. Hey, Garrison, sup man, I'm quiet and I am eating Choco Taco. Love it. Keeping it real, keeping it fresh. What is this? One black. What do they got? Just a bunch of counter magic here? Well, can't really go for the win here. Want to keep Cho-Manno back. Want to do a lot of things. Got plenty of time. Priests of Norn. If it gets countered, we attack. He'll probably block. We should attack first for sure this way, though, in case he's expecting a trick. Waiting for you to attack, and then Doomblade plus block. Yeah, regardless, we've got to attack first here. If nothing happens, that bodes well for the Edict theory. We've got plenty of damage next turn. I'm going to get a body out. It's probably going to walk into a counter, but then we're at least going to have something for the Cur if we draw land. So we're kind of set either way. He's probably on like a Doomblade, and he's just like, darn it. Darn Umbra. This is good news. Again, this is built to have stuff dead, but you know, we're going against a deck that likes to kill everything, and it's holding up all right. We're 1-1 right now. No delusions of any sort of tierdom as far as tier 1 or 2, but it can have a showing every once in a while, and I don't know what it is. Something in my brain. I can't play ultra serious decks very long, or even a fun deck. It's like I'll play this for 2 or 3 days and then I'm tired of it. I just don't know. There's so many pilots out there that are just known for one thing, and it's like, hats off to you. I think I'd burn out. Heck, I burn out when I Twitch more than once a week. Every once in a while I'll do that Saturday show and on top of the Friday, and I'm just like, I don't play Pauper for like the whole week. I'm just like, screw this. All right. Well, you're about to see some fun stuff here, because that angler is not going to survive either of these swings. Come on, land. I'll take it. I wish it was a plains. It's not. All right. Well, we can go for the win here. Obviously, Cho-Manno for black, drop Bonesplitter and equip, and we've got the win. He's holding Counterspell Magic up. What's wrong with that plan? If we play that plan and he counters, we can still attack. His angler is going to be tiny. I wonder. Yeah, I was just going to think that SRS business. Let's try Bonesplitter first. You want to counter that, sucker? And if anything goes south, we've got Corpse Cur mana now. I wish the artwork on that was better. Looks like a bad Cadillac from the 70s attacking you. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Now, that being said, blessing on this. Or we could do this. Nah. Hey, Lackerding, good to see ya. Am I missing something here, guys? Let's see. 2, 3. We've only got 2 mana. Yeah, I'll put it on this. Say black. Black and attack. Would have been kind of cute to put it on this, because whatever he blocked, the angler would get permanently smaller. But if this has first strike, it's nasty. When an angler runs into it, it turns into a 3/3 before damage. It's pretty awesome. No browser. Ah, man, we got to fix that. Yeah, so far, I think what's the consensus? There's an ad blocker, sort of 4000 error. I've just got to look into it, because it was a... Last week it was a problem for everybody everywhere, and this week I've been being told some people are still getting it, but it's only on my ends. So, all right. Well, there's this. Cool, cool. This is looking good for us. We can still blow it. I mean, he's got 5 cards in his hand. He just refilled everything. So, Bodyguard. A lot of things help us out here. Not that. Well, you know, I think I want to trip this. I can draw into a solution because he's tapped out. We don't have any guys in our yard that matter. It'll nab something there. That's cool. Whatevs. We'll go like this. Boy, I don't want to see a lot of edicts. Double edict and we're dead. Of course, the curl brings stuff back, but makes for fun stuff you probably haven't seen before. We got first strike and protection from black, and first strike in here. Watch that angler's numbers go, doo-dah. And then he hits for 3. The neutered angler. 9 poison counters. 21 life. And I think we're going to go up 3-1 with this weird fan favorite known as White Infect. I used to be superstitious and call it Winfect, just the W and then the word infect, and it kind of implied that, hey, look, you're going to win when you play this. Pretty cheesy, I know, but man, just so many cards. I'm getting so worried. It's like, can we just draw a bodyguard? Give me a bodyguard. One of the worst matchups with this is another white deck. Just same reasons and stuff that a lot of the Cho-Manno issues you run into when you play Heroic. Anyone else? Winfect. Well, that's cool. If he blocks that, he'll still have a blocker next turn. I think it's best to do this because that clears that side of the board. First strike, 4/5. Vigilance. Yes, this is Pauper. We're building up. We're building out. Shirazaman, yeah, that's my old thoughts too. Now something dies. Still got the pressure. Hopefully he's got a bunch of counter spells in his hand. It's got to have an edict by now. It's probably just at that one more mana, like he could win the game and it's just hitting the keyboard. At least that's what I'd be doing. There's a 1. Hate to see you go, buddy. Bye-bye, priests. Don't have the other one, or have an angler. Yeah, he's probably got black removal that isn't edict based, and then anglers. Ah, shoot, he's got it. Okay. If he's got counterspell behind that, it's going to be a painful last 5 minutes. Felt like we were right there. What is this? Well, if we draw a land, we'll play it, and then we'll have 2 critters out. But I'm sure he's got justice. Okay. Yeah, when first strike stuff happens, it's a thing of beauty. We'll go get back our dude. What I don't like about this play, though, 2, 4, 6, 7. So he's going to edict us. 3 cards in hand. The priest is a nice safe play, but I'm gonna. I just can't think that he might. You know, he might have justice. I know he has edict, so I've got to roll this route. But that's fun if you've ever played aggro infect styles. You know, at that point your game's dead. You just can't come back, and this deck can. To the effect of, that's when I went and made that really big green version of Infect that didn't have all the little tricks and stuff. Boom, that's what we were worried about. All right. And he got it back too. This is not looking well for our... Yeah, I can't even do anything with that. Up against this, you know... Let me do this. I think if I play this, hopefully he isn't ghosting, whoever said that, Guy Garrison. If I play the Myr and then he saves his edict for later and he does it, the angler will take 2 and then I can double quicksand and at least live. Let's do that. If he flashes back edict, our ghosting solution might be solved. I doubt it. It'd have to be pretty silly to do that on a... What is this? What are these things to enter money-wise? Ah, all right. Or plan C. It's looking bad. And then got 3 turns. He's got 4 cards to our none. Oh, I hope time gets me Olesh, but thank you. I don't think there's a way out of this. And we already tripped our relic. I think did we bring in 1 or 2? I think we have 2. Not really worried about chittering rats in this matchup. Give the semblance of competition here with the plane in hand. Ugh. Well, the good news is moon cheese babies are on the way for everybody. I'm going to stretch after this, and then we'll come back for the last round if anybody's even still here. I can't get out of this, guys. I think this one is all she wrote. I mean, balance maybe? That'd be pretty awesome. Let's do this and then cast balance. All right. We'll be back right after this, guys.
I'm talking, of course, about prejudice against astronauts. Please, laugh. It helps the healing. Now, as we all know, NASA has been sending...
If intended for man to walk on the moon, then we had been born with cement feet.
I agree. My community does not need astronauts to find gravity in front of my children.
That's right. Driving their moon buggies through our neighborhoods all time of night, playing that theme to 2001 really loud on their Cosmo blasters.
Folks,
Astronauts.
This is a perfect example of what's going on. There is a serious cultural clash in this country. So in the spirit of opening those lines of communication, I'd like to introduce you all right now to a real astronaut, Lieutenant Mike Birchwood. Mike, come on up, Mike. Come on, coming up here, give me a hand.
Watch out! He'll try to stick an American flag in you.
That's not all he'll stick in you.
Look, just because I've spent some time outside the Earth's gravitational pull doesn't mean that I'm different than you.
They can't eat normal food and they're addicted to Tang.
That's not true. I drink Tang because I like the taste.
You like the taste of recycled urine?
That's completely insane.
Astronauts eat breakfast upside down.
I have only eaten breakfast upside down 2 or 3 times since I got back from my last mission.
You folks better watch out. They're covered in astro germs. Just last year, an astronaut moved into my neighborhood. Simultaneously, all the leaves started dying and falling off our oak trees.
Was that month October?
September, October.
Yeah, it's called fall. It happens every year. Now sit down. Mike Birchwood is a man, just like you and I. A man who'd probably like nothing more than to settle down, meet a nice woman, raise a family.
But the problem is, most women are afraid to touch me.
That's right, ladies. He'd make you infertile on account his sperms from another time continuum.
I will not fornicate with you. With your juicy astronaut lips and your firm astronaut buttocks.
I think there are several issues going on here.
I would gladly trade all of my walks on the moon for the simple caress of a woman.
I will not touch your bottom. Stop begging me.
Who's begging you?
We don't need no moon cheese baby.
What the hell is a moon cheese baby?
He's talking about how the moon is supposedly made of cheese.
Regardless, how would you end up with a baby made out of it?
You tell us.
And we're back. If you're not sufficiently creeped out by now or scratching your head going, what in the earth am I watching? I don't even know how to finish that. So, as far as business, yeah, last time we played a control deck was Mezzles, and we 5-0'd with it. But we're mostly rogue weirdness here. Ah! The moon cheese baby. It's rare, but every once in a while we'll play the creepy show. All right, it's always Halloween in my house. Here we go. Good for you, little fight. Yeah, caught it. All right, we're mulliganing this. So we're 2-2. Here comes that spell, the cloud of mist and all the spells, and the person's just throwing antique store axes on the ground. We're gonna keep it. Yeah, we'll put it on the top. We'll need a land here. Not sure what we're up against, but we've got some plays here. All right. What shall it be? What shall it be? Hopefully it's a win and we can go 3-2. That's kind of the goal of this deck. 3-2 or better. Does worse than that. Usually it's either a lot of punting going on or something else. We can at least imply that we're flooded and we can do lots of stuff with our mana. This could be over quick if we get protection on this priest here. Yeah, that thing looks pretty silly, but in play it's one of those cards once you get it down, especially if anything's on it. It owns the yard. Oh no. Affinity again. We got trampled by Affinity in the very first round. Hopefully... Alright. Maybe the weirdness of the deck will buy us a turn. I'm sure this is going to be met with Galvanic Blast. If it's not, we might have this already. You know, given our land count, even though I didn't know what I was up against, I don't know if I should have put Quicksand on top. Most probable deck you're going to see is Delver, though, and it's darn good against ninjas. Okay, another Prism. If you look real carefully at that creepy baby commercial, you'll see I put the Rakdos symbols. There's a red eye and a skull eye. I don't know if any of you caught that on the little screens you might be watching on, but why couldn't he have just tapped out? This is when I want to have Cho-Manno! No. Oh, darn it. I'm going to play like I got it. Because if he's got it, I'm dead either way. Hey, it worked. Cool. This is about to get really fun. Too bad it wasn't protected from robots. Probably going to eat the germ, but the good news is it doesn't attack. Rakdos Pirates, baby. Yeah, any of you on that MTG Arena, hit up Little Fight. He's got a pretty cool pirate deck that he's been crushing with. Very good times. Yes, I will use that Quicksand. Got another land in hand, and I'm not afraid to use it. Double Galvanic Blast, a Fling. Of course, the Umbra will keep it alive, but the first strike goodness will go away, and that will suck. Normally, this is when you start getting huge chunks of your life taken out. And hopefully... Boy, that's colorful. And just... Man, when I played Affinity... played singular... Oh, I hope he's thinking this will kill it. I don't know why he would, but... It's funny when that happens. Maybe he just has nothing better to do with the math. Oh, maybe he's got a fling for that. This is so weird. Oh, interesting. Maybe they have, maybe they don't see that it's first strike. I don't know. Battle Rage, maybe? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But with the Umbra, I'm not too worried. Yeah, it's still there. It's a pretty scary, silly card, isn't it? Come on, Plains. I don't need any more of you. And it blocks. I'm not getting my hopes up at all. I know he's got Galvanic Blast, and this is just, I've got a plane. That's the bottom line. He's halfway there, but every single build of of Affinity always seems to have all 4 copies of Galvanic Blast in their hand, waiting and ready, unless I'm playing it. That deck did not agree with me. I didn't tweak it at all. Played a standard list and just, oh, that was an ugly show. This is getting ugly. I need another first strike and goodness. At least it's another threat. Well, it's not first strike poison, so... Boy, oh boy. It's that Myr Enforcer that's the problem, because Cho-Manno is actually going to be relevant if that robot wasn't there, unless first strike shows up again. is why that other build I have of this that I went over at the top of the show, if you weren't here, just watch it on YouTube. I have 2 builds of this, and one leans more on like cartouches and your standard, you know, ethereal armor and such. Man, oh man, that's a bummer, because, well, Quicksand will help here, right? That'll be a 3. I can at least get rid of that dude. Block here. He's got to have Galvanic Blast. He just has to. Or she. Come on. I guess they don't have it. And that helps. That helps a lot. Because I could turn this into just a little 1-2 crunchy dude. Let's attack. Get him a wee bit fearful. I got a feeling they've got that counter spell in their hand. What is that? You got to have 3 to pay for it? That would suck. This way, one of his, one of mine dies. I want to keep the battlefield as litter free as possible. It's the smallest gear seeker you've ever seen. Should have had a little sideshow. Be like one of those freak shows. And step right up, folks. Behind this curtain is a 1/1 Gurmag Angler. You've never seen anything like it. And for 2 tickets, come and see the new Gear Seeker Serpent. A monstrosity at 7 mana, and it's a 0/1. The kids will never believe it. Come on, counterspell. Rebuke or not rebuke? Hey. Yeah, I guess so. That's the one, Shiraz. Thank you for that. Last round. Here we go. This is interesting. I did spell metallic. Oh, okay. Whenever I hear somebody critiquing spelling, I'm like, that's got to be my fault. But thankfully that time it wasn't. Because I spell everything wrong. Alright, the old Bluffaroony here. 5/4, God, blows. I think I come over with this dude. I can't take much more damage here. He's blocking really smartly to keep people or creatures on board, but darn it. Give me a white trample effect, please. Make it draw a card too. And remove lands when you play it. Is that too much to ask? Probably. Alright, one of these big ass 5/5s got to go down here. Yeah, that's another knock against capitalizing stuff. A lot of times that'll be the issue too. Wow, somebody's got a fling, don't they? Or Galvanic Blast, or just about anything. How am I gonna block? My life's a little too close. 6, yeah, he just drew a blast. Well, this scenario, we're still at 1 with the blast. Nope. Bango! There it is. Okay. Down a game against Affinity. To be expected. Saw that one coming a mile away. I think on this first play I was like, uh-oh. Thought it was Boros though, but alright. Bring in the Strands. Bring in the Hallow. Lose 1 Axe. Journeys are going to stay. Axe can go. Journeys are good. Cho-Manno's pretty good. And we get that set to red. This kind of a situational card. Maybe I can cut 1. You guys think I should cut 1 Cho-Manno against Affinity? All of their answers are red, so it's nice to... imagine when this was a 4/6, if it was protected from red, it would have been pretty much over. Yeah, but without it, SRS business. That's why we have such a high land count. I mean, turn 4 is not that slow to start recurring all the goodness of the deck and then trading, because when we trade, their stuff gets permanently weaker too. So the theory anyway. But I'll cut 1 on your suggestion. Bodyguard, it's a good roadblock. Yeah, let me lose a Cho-Manno. We've got 4 bodyguards that can act as speed bumps. Cho-Manno will be okay if we see it. I just don't want to see multiples of it. What do you guys think? This might be the last game for the day. Hopefully we can go 3-2, which was the goal. But being up against a bad matchup, probably going to end the day at 2-3. Yeah, this is a totally different theory in Infect. This is just get all your assets out there. Whenever a creature shows up, it either gets another creature or gets bigger and protected without spells. Outside of the Umbra, it's mostly the Bonesplitters and such doing the work. I keep taking out the Axe. Standard Bearer for a blessing, maybe? Let me try that. Let me get rid of 1 Fallen too. Might be overboarding here. Yeah, I'm going to leave that in. There's not that many. For the Delver matchup or tribe there, little fight. We got the mana to cast it, that's for sure. 22 and change. Okay, we got our protection, we got our first strike. Really like to see a Bonesplitter here. Not the fastest clock when it's just a 3/3 naturally, but we'll keep it. No reason not to. It's a bumpy ride. We said it all. Yeah. Manic Foot. Man, today there are so many names that are just showing. It happens all the time, but it seems like every other person is just this dark blue and on a black background that I'm looking at. I'm just like squint master here. Like, who said what? Would have been really nice to have a first turn Bodyguard or Bonesplitter there, but can't win them all. He drops a Furnace Pass. It's going to be a little intimidating here. Of course, did we even see? Oh yeah, Galvanic Blast is what killed. No. It was whatchama. I'm going to lead with the pain first. Down comes that. All right. God, I hope I just grab another Plains. It would be so nice to be able to attempt to do it and then buy a turn with the Galvanic Blast. Just play it. We know you got it. Green. Oh, here comes the big boy. All right. I think I'll double Umbra then. That really helps. Umbra. Save that for that. Let's see. Maybe just do it now. We've got 2. We could Ichorclaw. I want to play this safe. Red is just all over the place. Maybe he'll block with the Forger. And it'll be a nice little 1/1 before damage happens. Hopefully they make that mistake, because I am attacking. Let's see. Red. I could sit back, but there's so many weapons and the ability to amplify the trample, and then the fling shows up. Just want to get this battlefield cleared. We're going to have to take some pain to do it. Interesting. Scary why he didn't even do anything there. Okay. Probably looking at a journey on the Forger if something bigger doesn't show up. The benefit of playing Rogue. People bring in stuff like that sometimes. For do we have it if we can get rid of that and draw the right thing? No, we do not. Okay. Well, we're not going to be winning via attacking anytime soon. We've got to kind of play a little bit of defense here. Let's hold back on the color issues. I think we grab the Forger. Well, he's not going to attack with these guys, and I can attack through them, so I'm going to want to kill the other stuff. So let's bring out this. I don't even worry about the Atog for right now. I'm going to set up the pain train here. Really try to hold off an attack for a turn. Next turn, maybe do some stuff. As it sits now, we can block the Forger and turn it into a 1-1 before anything happens. If he does attack with the Atog, obviously that's our target. The Umbra effect's going to let our guys live. Unless these things happen in a lot. Oopsie. At 10. Has he got a fling already? Can't beat this if he's got the fling. He had Time Machine, and you know he's got the fling. It's one of 2 cards in the entire deck, because I think they run a 1-and-1 split, but looks like we're going to eat some Atog face. Just enough to do it, too. So yeah, if I had a Time Machine, go back in time and Journey to Nowhere it, but I've got a pro-red first striking dude and the other guys, so that was his only thing they could draw, and they drew it. It's going to happen. Boop. Sorry, guys. So we go 2-3, not 3-2. This is the list. I'm going to show you the other one real quick. Yeah, this one runs, let me bring up the card list here. This one runs the Umbras, but then it runs the Armors and 3 cartouches, and soon to have 4 journeys in there, because if you're running armor, you should probably have all of those in there. So maybe this would have done a little bit better. I don't know. I think we've really got a bad game against Affinity. There's too many colors, and there's too big things, and then if it's not too many colors, it's including in the artifact colors, there's like robot colors where, you know, it's like all these protection from things don't really work there. So I'm going to put a little note to myself, because I do feel like playing this a little bit more and tweaking it a little bit more. But I got to figure out a way to beat Affinity a little bit more consistently. But hey, to be fair, that was a kind of a Hail Mary second game there. So yeah, it's why Affinity is a tier 1 deck, guys. It's pretty hardcore. But yeah, so I'll go over the list here real quick in case nobody wants to rewind, and we'll roll to a few things, and that'll do it for us today. But we got 1 Fengraf. Lots of planes, 2 Quicksands, and 4 Secluded Steppes. You do the math, 22 total. And 2 Darksteel Axes, which we side out almost every game for when we need options for the sideboard. 4 Bonesplitters because these are just superior to this, but we just want that first turn numbers. They didn't really show up too much. I think it was only like 1 game or 2 where we had them, and we got 6. So you'd think we'd see them in our opening hand, at least 1. That's the theory, but didn't seem to work too much. Umbra is really the MVP of the deck as his first strike, so it might be better. Maybe it's a combination. Maybe we just run 2 ethereal armors here and go that route. I was tempted to maybe try that, but I kind of want a first turn play to be proactive, not sitting and waiting on another counter, sitting and waiting on another counter. Almost feels like we need another land in this thing after today's outing. 4 Journeys, never regret seeing these. We want to keep the battlefield clear. It's one of the best white removal spells out there. For these dudes, 4 Cho-Manno's Blessing, 4 Ichorclaw Myrs, 1 Remember the Fallen, 4 Priests, and 3 Corpse Cur mixed with this. You can get kind of an infinite train going. I think we saw that in 1 or 2 little games. Hallow never seems to show up when we want it with big rolling thunders or galvanic blasts. It would have been nice. Never saw it. Got shots. Fey package. This is for the Stonehorn Dignitary idea in theory, or when you're just sitting back on a cluttered battlefield. And 2 relics, 2 Prismatic Strands, 2 Riftwatchers, and if we move this over, 1 Serrated Arrows. A lot of land in this deck, so we can get pretty willy-nilly with our land. This is just extra Delver insurance. Delver hates blockers, hates flyers, and hates life. This is all 3. And if they want to bounce it, good times. Anyway, guys, that's it for Pauperganda. Sorry I didn't do a little bit better, but I missed our goal by 1 game. But hey, check us out, pauperganda@gmail.com if you've got any thing you want promoted, fun stuff to do regarding Pauper or questions. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week on Pauperganda.
Keith Privet, New York Post. Is it true that many of the throwing stars used in the failed massacre were indeed throwing stars from your own collection?
The throwing stars that I use in my business were locked in my cabinet. It's this throwing star music and the throwing star sitcoms that are the real culprits.
Yes, Carrie Downey, USA Today. Is it possible that your son is emulating you by mimicking certain aspects of your profession?
Only occasionally have I taken my son on ninja raids, and I have never taught him to focus the killing chi of the forefathers. It is these ninja movies that are influencing our children. My son rented that Pat Morita movie, American Ninja 5. Pat Morita is the one who should go to jail. I'll pull the switch on Pat Morita myself. Ninjas don't kill people. Pat Morita playing ninjas kills people.
Sid Kidman, Newsday. Ninjas do kill people.
Are you feeling bogged down or despondent? Has a friend or loved one noticed you look withered? Then Phyresius may be right for you. Phyresius is an all-natural Phyrexian supplement that can give you a different outlook on life. Do not take Phyresius while enchanted, equipped, or have shroud. Players taking Phyresius should not man vehicles for at least 3 turns. Avoid contact with humans or merfolk if you've had a recent gut shot or have had any interactions with the graveyard. In extreme cases, exile may occur. Ask your alchemist if Phyresius is right for you.